Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Almost Comedy Showcase, a bi-weekly online comedy show featuring some of the funniest comedians working today on Zoom. You know, that thing that we all hate because of that frickin' thing that happened for 2 years. Well, here we are doing it again. My name is Rob Cioffi. I am the host of this evening's festivities and also the founder of a little thing called Joke Zoom, who, by the way, is sponsoring this show. Joke Zoom. Do you like to write comedy? Well, hey, do we have a place for you? Joke Zoom is an online meeting where comedy creators help each other work on their jokes. It is 100% free. And come on, say it with me. 200% fun.
Fun.
All are welcome. Go to jokezoom.com. Sign up today. You'll get to meet and work with some of the funniest people, some of them in this very show. And what a show we have for you tonight. I'm very proud to announce that on our lineup, we have the one, the only, the head, Richie Parisi from Philly, city of brotherly love and sisterly whatever.
Thank you.
Ced Boogie, Mr. Phil Sweet, Linda DeSantis, Ameera Abu-Alsaoud, and not that the best, saving the best for last, but hey, he just won funniest Jewish comedian in New York City, which makes him the funniest Jewish comedian in the world. Yeah, baby. Zygy Susser.
Wow.
All right, Zygy. How exciting is that? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to keep in mind two things. One, have fun. This is going to be a fun time. Two, if you have any background noise, please try to stay cognizant of it. I'm watching all of you. I'm looking at you, talking to you. But I'm only one guy. And it's sometimes if there's some intrusive noise, it's difficult for me to identify. So I'm asking the participants, most of you here are professionals. You're not amateur, you're professional audience. I know what you guys are. You can do this. Please keep that in mind. And with that, I'm going to start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring up your first entertainer of the evening. He comes to you from a place called Patchogue, New York. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Rich the Head Parisi.
All right. Thank you. First, thank Zygy. Job well done. Best Jewish comedian in New York.
Thanks, Rich.
All I know is if I ever had the short, bumpy comedian in New York, shoe in. All right? And it's great in New York that marijuana is now legal. These names, these different strains, you know, they have cookie dough, they have like thin mints. They just got the new one called Amber Heard. I hear it's the shit. And I got my COVID vaccine. All my conspiracy anti-vaxxer friends say to me, you know, Rich, they put a chip in you. Now they're going to know everywhere you go. I go to 3 places: work, home, the titty bar. They're all the same building. And I have a dating rule. I never date where I work, girls I work with. Never. The reason being, if it goes south, she breaks up with me. She'll tell all the other girls in my job, Rich Parisi is bad in bed and has a small dick. Which is true. But I want them to find out for themselves. And who remembers that movie, How Stella Got Her Groove Back? Anyone remember that movie?
Yep.
Yes. I want to see the prequel. I want to see how Stella lost her groove. I also want to find out how Donna lost her groove. And I lost a groove, and Marion lost a groove. All my exes. And I'm telling you, like, I'm going to confide you guys. I am bisexual. Meaning, if I want to have sex, I got to buy it. But, you know, I did hire one. I hired a Native American prostitute. Her name was Polka Hot Ass. I also dated I actually hired a dominatrix. And before she started, say, listen, Rich, you got to give a safe word before we begin. I go, safe word? What's a safe word? Well, that's the word you say to me if it becomes painful or you want me to stop. All right, so what's your safe word? How about stop? And here's the grown-up joke of the other set. You know, when I was younger, I dated a Spanish girl with no legs. Her name was Consuelo. But actually, I do have a beautiful girlfriend. If she gets LASIK surgery, I'm history. Send me to the stores for a feminine deodorant spray. You know, you go to it's in the feminine hygiene FDS. You'll see it. All right, I grabbed it. Grabbed the can. I looked. There it's FDS. Look, FDS feminine deodorant spray. I thought it stood for fumigate that snatch. And also, when I was younger, I was about to love this beautiful woman in bed. And she said, Rich, before we start, I got to tell you something. I said, what? She says, I have HPV. All right, I have HBO. And actually, before I worked for the post office for 35 years. And that's really where I got my name, The Head. A coworker called me The Head. That was my nickname. And for a while, no one knew my real name. Everyone knew me as The Head. So, hey, what's up, Head? My called up and said, can I speak to Rich Parisi? My boss goes, Parisi? I don't think there's a Rich Parisi working here. Then my wife goes, The Head. Put on The Head. He goes, him I know. And before I worked for the post office, I actually worked under a bridge, asking passerbys 3 questions before they cross. You know, it was all going well to that Billy Goat Gruff incident. And I have a friend. It's a midget, and he said to me, "No, Rich, I'm gonna tell my family that I'm gay." I said, "Really? So you're coming out of the cabinet?" And I was sitting watching TV with one of my really young great nephews, and William Shatner came on, and I jokingly said, "Look, that's Captain Kirk." He goes, "No, Uncle Rich, that's the Priceline guy." And I do have a friend. He has a son and a daughter. His daughter's a veterinarian, and his son is a chef. So I said, "Listen, whatever she loses, you." And you know, any of you see me live, I'm short and pudgy. I mean, I'm like, the dimensions are out of hand. I had to buy all my clothes at the Middle Earth department at Kmart. And thank you. I love that joke. Because it's true. And you know, people have voted things in high school, you know, most likely to succeed, best dressed. Well, in high school, I was voted most likely to piss off a Jehovah's Witness. But I was on the wrestling team. And every time I got my opponent in a headlock, I took out a Sharpie and I wrote my name. That was my signature move. All right. And in closing, I said, on the way home today, I got pulled over by a police officer. He came up the window and goes, "Sir, do you know you were weaving?" I go, "Weaving officer? I don't even knit." All right. Thank you. Been a fantastic audience. Back to our host.
Oh my God. He doesn't knit. Let's hear it for Richie Parisi. Come on. Thank you. He is a crowd favorite here at the Almost Comedy Showcase. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. Going to keep it going with the lady from Philly. Please welcome the one, the only, Ced Boogie.
Yeah, Ced. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Is mic on? Is mic on? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ced Boogie, and I identify as a young baddie with a fatty.
Yeah, baby.
I want to throw that out there. Yeah, Rich, I just need to know your behind the music story. And you look like an artist, so we'll talk about that later. That was a great set. Give it up for Rich.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm originally from Brooklyn, Brooklyn, New York, and it's a lot of things you learn when you are raised in Brooklyn. And one is there's no kindness. You know, just talking to the guy before the show from Brooklyn, he was like, "Yeah, fuck kindness. We don't do kindness here." It's like, okay, so that's why I wound up in Philadelphia. I've been in Philly for about 20 years, and my mother was originally from North Philly. Anybody from North Philly out there? Yeah, so it was a little adjustment coming from New York to Philly, but I tried to adapt the best I can. Like for one, teeth is not a requirement. I learned, a lot of long toothless conversations, and I fit right in. So that worked out. I learned the vernacular is different in Philly. You'll learn if you ever come. A lot of people add S's to their words. For instance, I try to talks to the brother, so I walks up to the brother, and I wind up having to chokes the brother. So I learned that pretty well. I got that down pat. So just don't be alarmed if you come to Philly. It's something they do there. I'm a little concerned. Shout out to all the brothers. There's no brothers here.
Wait a second.
I had a little concern with the brothers. Now, if you're there in Philly, if he's standing up, you won't notice. But if he's sitting down, take a look. I don't know if it's some sort of excretion from the power plants, but a lot of the brothers have this gaping hole right here in the middle of their concerned about that. But if they're sitting down, you can see it, like I said. But and if you look really close, if they're brown skin, it looks like a brown leather yarmulke. They compliment you differently in Philadelphia too. I learned like when I moved here 20 years ago. I was coming out of the hairstylist and I was feeling good, looking good, and walking down the street. And this young brother ran up to me, and he's like, "Yo, gorgeous old head, let me holler at you." I was like, "What?" Okay, so found out later that that's a compliment. So I'm feeling it. I'm down to Philly. I don't know if it's me or you guys feeling a little anxiety. I got a lot of anxiety. And I think it has to do a lot with that Citizens app. Anybody got that Citizens app? Where they monitor the crime in your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
I try not to look at it, but every once in a while, I can't help myself. I got the anxiety. I'm peeking to see what's going on. I took a peek the other day. I'm like, oh my God, he's 4 blocks away. He just robbed somebody. He's getting closer. He's banging on us. My son was like, Mom, please calm down. All right, put it down. 10 minutes later, I'm looking at it again. White guy, West Philly, shirtless, running around with a samurai sword. What the fuck? This ninja looking for rice cakes for father? Is this a long lost brother from the Wu-Tang Clan? What's going on? I don't know. I think it's that the anxiety from the Citizens app or the fact that my boss, she fucking keeps talking about how excited she is to come back into the office. What the fuck is so exciting about that? I've been smoking weed for morning, noon, and night, day and night, all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What the hell is so exciting? She's like, I just want to gather all around. Gather around what? Smoke? Is there a boom zoom smoke room? If there's no smoking on this health package, I'm not coming back. I just started stopping the process of smoking. I got about 13 joints left, and I'm home free. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm a breast cancer survivor.
Yeah.
I recently learned that a man created the mammogram. Yeah.
Wow.
So I want to do my part, and I've been working with some of my friends who are engineers to create a device that detects prostate cancer early. The device looks a little bit like this with a ball on the end, and you kind of clasp the balls while you insert it in the anal, and you push and pull the balls, straight it. And you train, and I plan on training the nurses to say, soothing bullshit like it's only a couple more seconds, and it's over, and just a couple minutes, just calm down, and we'll be right out of here. Yeah, so I just want to play my part that way. Because, this crazy thing is when you're in a hospital, it's really hard to get your sexy back. I don't know if you guys experience that, but when you're vain like me, walking around like a crackhead thinking you're still looking cute. But my doctor, Dr. Brown, he was very sexy, very sexy surgeon. By sexy, I mean his fucking salary was super sexy. It's always encouraging me. You're a fine gal. You'll be out there in no time. And he healed me pretty well. And I'm excited about that. But it was something very flirtatious. And he would always say, yeah, you're a fine gal. And I liked it. I liked it when he called me a gal. Made me feel young again. And my militant cousin said, calm down. Those are words of a fucking racist. I was like, it's turned me on. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. He was so flirtatious. It was crazy because when I got into the surgery room, it was packed like Times Square. It was like all these people. I'm like, Doc, who are all these people? He's like, oh, Dr. Paul, he's your anesthesiologist, and Dr. Vinny, he's your urologist, and this is Tim. I played golf with him. I told him you had a fatty. I was awake for all that excitement. I just started dating again.
Yeah.
Want to do something new and exciting, where I actually get to know someone first before I have sex with them. So I joined an app and it's called Where They Do That At app. Hooked me up with this guy, and I thought it was a great profile. He seemed like a nice fit, and we went out for coffee. And I don't know, dating is weird for me. After the first 15 minutes, it just starts getting weird. It just gets weird. And he's like sitting there sipping coffee, and he's like, "Can I tell you something?" I'm like, yeah, sure. What's happening? He's like, put my hair backed up, and he's rubbing it. He's like, it reminds me of the hair around my balls. I'm like, what? Don't stop. I enjoyed it. Practically tossing off my forehead. It's like, don't stop. And he was right. When I got to his house later, the hair around his balls was just like the hair on my head. Fuck that app. I'm not doing that. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Here, come on. Let's hear it for Ced Boogie. Boogie.
Yeah. Woo! Where they do that at?
Where they do that at? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on your next comedian. He comes from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Please welcome the one, the only, Mr. Phil Sweet.
Yeah, Phil.
Hey.
Howdy. Let's hear another round for Ced. Wasn't she great? You look in the dictionary.
Yes.
Listen, I've got a favor to ask before we start, and that is, if you like my material tonight, please remember my name is Phil Sweet. If you don't like it, it's Will Smith. All right.
No.
I'm sure that you got some questions on your mind, some concerns, wondering what I'm doing here, kind of leaning over and all crooked and what have you. Probably got two questions in your mind. What is wrong with that guy, number one? And number two, can I get my money back? Well, the answer in reverse order is no, you can't. And what's wrong with me is I've got Parkinson's disease. Now, it's all right. Nobody jump out the window. The only reason I mention it is because other audiences have been concerned. For me, nah. They were concerned they might catch it from me.
Oh, my God.
So you folks are lucky because there have been no proven cases of Parkinson's transmission via virtual.
Good to know.
All routers and Wi-Fi have filters built into them. So people ask what it's like to have Parkinson's. I can tell you this, it makes it tough to eat peas. They tend to fly all over the room. I am getting more accurate. I hit the cat about 20 feet away the other day. There actually are some benefits to having Parkinson's. You wouldn't think so, but you'll probably never be asked by your friends to help move their fine china collection. And if you buy something that says shake before using, ready by the time you get it home. And it clearly affected my career path. A lot of things I just couldn't do even if I wanted to, like airline pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're about to level off at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet. No, 37,000 feet. 33. Look, folks, it's very bumpy up here today. Relax, fasten your seatbelts, and be sure to order a drink the same color clothing. The job that I have no business even consider doing would be a moil. Over here, please, we need to talk. There's been a slight setback with your son, David Briss. Is this serious? How do you feel about the name Rachel?
Oh my God.
Okay, enough about me. About something less interesting. Talk about Viagra. It's not a dead subject. Viagra is 25 years old this year.
Wow.
That means that in this audience, there may be somebody who's been taking Viagra for 25 years and somebody else that wouldn't even exist if Viagra hadn't been invented. Think about this. It's really tough to write ads for these erectile dysfunction products. You got to show them on TV, so you can't use before and after pictures like the weight loss. So I always thought the commercials were odd. Viagra started out with celebrity spokespeople. They had a baseball player, a race car driver, and a U.S. senator. The first two I get. The senator, what was that about? The only thing I can think of is he represented the federal government, and who can screw you better than the federal government? I'll repeat that. Who can screw you better than the
federal government?
Now, it didn't take them long to run out of celebrity spokespeople. As a matter of fact, they only ever had those three. Nobody else would do it. So they started writing their name on everything just to keep the name out there, like on hats and T-shirts and keychains and Post-it notes and stuff, and on Viagra pens, which I happen to have right here.
Wow, look at that.
Nice.
It's a pen. I mean, it's nice blue, got white letters on it. Not really very memorable until you click it a few times.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It's memorable.
Yeah, click it a few times.
While Viagra was fooling around with marketing, Cialis was coming up with a new pill that you took every day so you could have sex whenever you wanted or whenever you had the chance. With Viagra, you had to wait 4 hours. With this pill, you could have sex at the drop of a hat, which sounds great. But think about this. Having to take a pill every day just in case there's sex in the picture is kind of like wearing binoculars all the time in case there's a lunar eclipse. You're just not going to get to use those binoculars that often. Viagra has become almost a household word. The Federal Reserve the other day announced the new Viagra monetary policy. That's because, like Viagra, it's temporary artificial means to stimulate performance by enhancing the infrastructure while avoiding inflation. Don't have to repeat that. And the last thing I want to talk about is the world's most famous medical disclaimer. You all know it, I'm sure. If you have an erection for more than 4 hours, seek medical help. People, that's crazy. If I ever get an erection for more than 4 hours, I am not calling my doctor. I'm calling an escort service. Thank you so much.
All right, that's it. Keep it going for Phil. Phil Sweet. How about it for Phil? Come on.
Yeah.
That was great.
Actually put that prop together. Can you imagine that? He got the crazy glue and the extendy stick. Okay.
That's pretty good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're midway through our show, and I want to remind the comedians in the audience that today, if you stick around to the end of the show, you'll win a chance to be on our next showcase, which will take place this August. That's all I wanted to say. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Fishkill, New York, Miss Linda DeSantis.
Yay. Thank you guys. Because I have not gotten such a warm welcome since I walked into the office after lockdown. Guys were chanting my name. Linda, Linda. I thought they loved me. It turns out I am the only one who can fix the printer. Sorry, excuse me. I just wanted to tell you that I am a recent transplant to Fishkill, and I am very lucky to have moved to Fishkill because there are 2 penitentiaries here, so it has increased my dating. So my boss gave us these lovely little tracking bands so that he can save money on our health insurance, and I'm okay with that. I have to get 7,000 steps a day.
Wow.
Look at me. Well, you can't really see me. 2,000 tops, 2,500 on a good day. So I did what any other self-respecting fat person would do. When I got home, I put it on the dog and I let him out. Can you believe that I am the fittest person in the office? Now, I had to do an interview at work. The guy that I was interviewing was a chubby chaser. I am pretty sure he wanted to lick me. He's starting on Tuesday. Now, I do, talking about dating just a couple seconds ago, I being an older person and stuff, there's really not a lot of opportunity to meet people anymore. You can't go out to bars and all that kind of stuff. So I started online dating. I love fishing, so I figured try plenty of fish. It's like shooting stupid in a barrel. You get the same juvenile questions over and over and over again. What's your favorite color? Well, tall and tan. What kind of food do you like? Hispanic. What do you do for fun? Hispanics. The other day, a bottom feeder asked me when the last time I had sex was. Well, not as long as it's going to be for you, pal. I think he took one of those pills. So I'm not really sure about it. Now, plenty of fish is not all that bad. It could actually be quite profitable if you meet the right guy. Just the other day, somebody asked me if I would sell him my underwear for his panty fetish. I would, but I go commando. Yeah, now all the dating apps, they have like acronyms and stuff, so they'll just give you letters on things. So they have this one, FWB, friends with benefits. Friends with benefits? I fail to see the benefit for me. Are you going to mow the lawn? Maybe clean the rabbit cage? Last 45 seconds, maybe? See, no pill there. Then you don't want to be tied down. What about being tied up? Just wondering. Yeah. Before I went on all these dating apps, I figured, I'll try to rekindle with the ex, right? So we try to rekindle with the ex. We go out to the local pizza place, which was on the island because their pizza is better, but that's besides the point. So we go out to the local pizza place, and my ex doesn't order slice. He's got to be difficult. He orders a meatball hero. The girl behind the counter looks at him and says, "Would you like your balls smashed?" I looked at her and I said, "Why do you think I'm here?" Now, had I known that I could get a pat down every time I went to the airport, I would have been flying all the time. But it turns out that you can't pick out the agent you want to fill you up at the airport. I had to go through 4 times to get the one I wanted. Who needs a Plenty of Fish subscription when you've got like $39 fares on Frontier? To get felt up all the time. Now, I did tell you about my ex. I did try to rekindle. Now, there was a few things that, he loved the trains, and he used to take me on to the subways, to visit the subways for dates and anniversaries. And I've spent like many a date and plenty of anniversaries down touring New York City subways. So upset with him. He never touched the third rail. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm watching Jeopardy, and the contestant missed an easy question. Easy question. And I yelled at the TV, "You moron, you idiot." And I hear him from the kitchen go, "What do you want?" I'll leave you with this because my father had come with me towards the end of our marriage. My dad came with me to visit him in the hospital because my husband did something stupid and he ends up in a coma. So we're visiting with him. And my dad looks at him and goes, "Lynn, you want to get rid of him. You could just pull the plugs out of the wall." I said, "Daddy, it would be so much easier to just smother him with a pillow." To get a divorce. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
And have a great day.
Okay, come on. Let's keep it going for Linda DeSantis.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is ready to go. I just got to find them here. Oh, there we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Please welcome Ameera Abu-Alsaoud.
Yay.
Hi.
Thank you. All right. How is everyone?
Good.
One of my 3 therapists told me to ask, but I don't care. I have 3 because one doesn't really do her job, and I have to complain about it with 2 people that can't tell anybody else. Yeah. So my life is pretty sad, and I'm trying to make it less sad by praying and getting God's help. And this is a good start for a fun comedy set. So the first prayer, we pray 5 times a day. The first one is called Fajr prayer, and I was looking it up on Google, like what time it starts. Google's like, "Do you mean fajita prayer?" Yes, Google. Every time I'm trying to type something, you just know what I'm trying to say before I finish. I think Google's racist. I went out with this really religious guy. He was like posting pictures of him in Mecca, the holiest city in the world, and praying there for a whole week and stuff. And then we went out, and he was like, "My parents are actually going to go to Mecca next month. If you want to have sex." I was like, "What?" If that doesn't scream religious, I don't know what does. So we're going out next weekend. I have really low standards. So my ex, I recently went through a breakup, and I'm a lot like pomegranate juice. I'm, very expensive. I have benefits, and I stain. My ex is a lot like Diet Pepsi. He pretends to be good for you, but will kill you if you let it. Yeah, and cleans out your pipes, once in a while. Okay. I hate thongs. If I wanted a boyfriend, if I wanted something up my butt, I'd get a boyfriend. I was being annoying and like swearing around my dad, and my sister was like, "Hey, you gotta be careful. Dad's gonna throw the remote at you." I'm like, nah, he loves the remote. It was humid as hell the other day. I'm not sure if hell is a humid heat or a dry heat, but I'm pretty sure it's a bad heat. At least I can work on my tan. All right. So my dad, a few weeks ago, my dad was asking me, "Hey, when is spring over? I'm allergic to the pollen. It's killing me." I'm like, "Oh, well, spring's almost over, but I'm saving all the pollen for when you annoy me." "You look fat in that dress." I'm like, "Pollen." I wish I had a boy instead. Pollen. You look like a whore. Pollen. So I gave up on trying to find out, and I'm just like gonna date for like self-improvement. Like at the end of the day, I give them like a survey, and guys don't really finish the survey, so I'm thinking of adding like a $5 rewards card, to thank them for their time, see how to improve numbers for my business of me. Yeah. So I'm on one app. It's called Salams. It used to be called Minder, but they changed it because they think changing the name makes it better. Like P. Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs. He's still in trouble with the law. He's not a better rapper or more law-abiding citizen or anything. He's just a different name. It was a guy that messaged me back when it was called Minder. He's like, "Hey, down to fuck?" And I was reporting him. He wants to fuck before marriage. And they're like, "You're an adult, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Swipe left. But now when you, I keep deactivating it, and so it's been like a few months. But now it says like, "Hey, don't ask people for sex," and like it has like a disclaimer, and like when you want to message someone, don't message them links to weird pictures. Like it has a whole thing, and I'm like, maybe they took me seriously and improved their website. So as I mentioned earlier, I went through a breakup, and you know what they say, the early bird gets the worm. And I always wake up early. The early bird gets to cry before her family wakes up. I get my men like I get my gigs when someone can't come. Guys, that's my time.
All right, let's hear it. Come on, Ameera Abu-Alsaoud. I'm going to make this thing. There we go. There I am. I'm back on the screen again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a great time. And if you're a comedian and you want to be on our next show, please stick around for the rest of the show, which is going to be only 14 more comedians. No, it's just one more. Just one more. This guy is a great friend of mine. We were back in Nam. He saved my ass more than once. He's also the funniest Jewish comedian in New York City.
Yeah,
please welcome Mr. Zygy Susser.
Ziggy's in the house.
Thanks, Rob. You know, Phil said he has Viagra pens. I have Viagra pants. Very ample in the crotch area. People tell me I'm a bit wishy-washy, but I don't know if that's right, wrong. I can't tell. Anyway, last night I went to Tom's Diner, and the waiter puts right in front of me a menu that's bigger than the Bible. I said, I don't know where to start. I said, what do you recommend? He said a bagel and he said page 28. I said, is that is that Deuteronomy or Leviticus? So I said, what's popular on page 28? He said bagel and lox. And then I'm thinking, why do I ask what's popular? I mean, just because something's popular doesn't mean it's good for you. I mean, look at the Kardashians. So I say, okay, let me have a bagel and lox. He said, do you want it toasted or untoasted? I said, I don't know, somewhere in between. He said it comes with a salad of fries. I said fries. He said, do you want cottage fries, waffle fries, home fries, sweet potato fries, string fries, crinkly fries, curly fries, cheese fries, freedom fries? I said salad. Just give me a salad. I said, okay. Do you want a Cobb salad, a Waldorf salad, a Caesar salad, a wedge salad, a tossed salad, an untossed salad, an Israeli salad, a Greek salad? I said, can I just have a house salad? He said, of course. Italian dressing, French dressing, Russian dressing. No, we don't have Russian. Ukrainian now, Ukrainian dressing, tahini, balsamic vinaigrette. I said, you know what? Just let me have potato chips. He said, of course. Ruffled, rippled, salted, unsalted, Lay's, Pringles, Wise, Utz or Utz. I don't know how to pronounce it. I said, you know what? Just give me potato salad because that takes into account potatoes and salad. He said, great choice. Do you want German potato salad? I said, you know what? Just give me coleslaw. There's only one type of coleslaw. Let me have coleslaw. He said, we don't carry that. A 90-page menu, you have sauteed octopus. You don't have coleslaw. He said, I'm sorry. I said, you know what? Just give me the bagel and lox and nothing on the side. He said, of course. Comes back 5 minutes later and he says, by the way, I forgot to ask you what kind of bagel you want. I said, don't. I know exactly what I want, a plain bagel. A plain bagel, cream cheese, and lox. He said, very good. By the way, we ran out of lox. I said, so what kind of bagel I wanted? He said, I was curious. So I said, I lost my appetite. Just give me a cup of coffee. No, I don't want coffee because I know what you're going to do. You're going to say, do you want regular coffee? Do you want demi-tasse? Do you want decaf? Do you want, cappuccino, frappuccino, mochaccino, espresso, Americano? And then you can go into the milks. Do you want regular milk, 1% milk, 2% milk, almond milk for 90 cents more, soy milk, breast milk, evaporated milk. Then you're going to go into the sweeteners. Do you want raw sugar, cane sugar, confectioner's sugar, equals, sweet and low, saccharin, trivia, Splenda, sativa? Forget it. I don't want it. He said, I never would have done that. That's ridiculous. I said, you know what? Just give me a glass of water. Do you want tap water? Do you want sparkling water? Do you want rainwater? Do you want crocodile tears? I said, just forget it. Just give me the check for whatever I didn't have. He said, cash or charge? So I said, charge. He said, MasterCard, Visa card, Macy's, Gimbals, Sears, Kmart, Bloomingdale's. I just walked out. Luckily, there was a hot dog vendor right across the street. So I said to him, that diner drives me crazy. So many choices. He said, I know exactly what you mean. I get half my customers from there. I said, just give me a hot dog. He said, of course. Do you want a foot long? Do you want a week? Do you want a cocktail? Do you want pigs in a blanket? Do you want 97% fat free? Do you want skinless? Do you want jumbo? I just walked away. And I could hear him saying, ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut, chili, coleslaw. How come he had the coleslaw? Now I'm shaking and I feel I need help. So I call 24-hour therapy hotline and I get about 1 for Freudian, 2 for Jungian, 4 for family, 5 for sex therapy, 6 for animal assisted therapy, 7 for animal assisted sex therapy, 8 for art therapy, 9 for aromatherapy, 10 for physical therapy, 11 to renew a prescription. I just hung up. And then I keep going and I see on a door psychic. So I walk in there and she says, I see something about food. And I said, oh, great. Maybe you can help me. She said, of course, have a seat. Do you want a palm reading? Do you want tarot card reading? Do you want numerology? Do you want astrology? Do you want a seance? I just left. She said, I curse your tongue and your pastrami and your corned beef sandwich. So I got home and my wife said, did you eat? And I said, no, what's in the fridge? She said, nothing. I said, thank God. He said, let's go to the diner. I said, should we walk? Should we go by taxi? Should we go by Uber? Should we go by Lyft? Should we go by subway, bus? Anyway, that's my time. I'm Zygy Susser.
All right, let's hear it for Zygy. Zygy Susser, all the way from New York City. And his little bird, too. Jim, with your little
Was that
bird.
your time? Was it his time? Was it someone else's time?
It's Charlie.
Is it Mountain Standard Time?
All right, guys. I know a lot of you are really excited about getting into the drawing for our next showcase. And you've been waiting patiently. You've been enjoying the show and being good audience members, just like I asked you to. And you know what? You are about to be rewarded because we have one more comic to go. How about it? Please put your hands together. Straight from Chi-Town, the man, Mr. DeeCee.
I feel so bad. I mean, I came late. I was like, I hate stereotypes, but damn it. Consistent. Representing. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you to be part of such an esteemed group. It's been hot as balls lately, folks. Hot as balls in Chicago, maybe New York as well, too. It's funny because 6 months ago, you would hear many other guys say it's been cold as balls. Right. Regardless of the season, apparently we use our testicles to determine the temperature. I know for a fact that some old man sitting on a chair someplace with low-hanging nutsack, feeling his nutsack, saying, "Oh, I feel a storm coming." If you don't get that reference, shame on you for skipping a high school science class. That's a parametric pressure drop. It's funny, and women don't really make reference to their body parts in terms of temperature. But women don't gauge the temperature around them based upon what they have on the genitalia. Like you wouldn't hear women say, "Oh, girl, it's more moist outside than it's more moist than a pussy." All right, no, woman will never. You never hear women say, "Oh man, it is sweaty titty season this summer." Never. So I am a true story. Something happened recently. My daughter woke me out of my sleep, and my daughter's in her teens. She woke me up out of my sleep, like fresh from my sleep. This is what she said to me: "Dad, there's a tampon shortage." No good morning, no how's your sleep, right in my face, first thing in the morning. "Dad, there's a tampon shortage." Like, you know how abrasive that is to the mind when you wake up? It's like brushing your teeth and then drinking orange juice. That type of shock feeling that I had in my mind, right? I'm like, so I tell like, "Baby girl, what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. I can't change supply chain economics. I can't fix the supply chain in the world. I'm not into geopolitics. I mean, I can't blame Putin or the Ukraine, Russia world. Like, how do you want me to fix this? I mean, can't you make your own?" Isn't that girl guides? Isn't it like a sanitary napkin badge that you earn? But I'm a dad, right? Like my instinct is trying to fix stuff. As we as guys want to try and fix stuff, fix things for the people that we love. So, I take it upon myself to try and help her. So I'm telling her, okay, baby girl, there's a shortage. Okay, daddy's got handkerchiefs. We can use handkerchiefs in the meantime. Right? Handkerchiefs. ShamWow. We can make a panties out of a ShamWow napkin, right? Absorbs a lot of fluid, a ShamWow. We can make that for you. What if I get some sawdust, put in a baby sock? I could use that. I'm just trying to be creative. Now I'm on YouTube looking on how to build your own Diva cup. I'm just saying, I'm resourceful. I'm just resourceful. But mind you, though, now that's on me because I did tell her that she can come to me about anything. Okay, so now we have to discuss boundaries. So this is out of my jurisdiction. I'm a dad. She's got a mom. How come she doesn't go to her mom? All I gotta say is right now, this whole tampon shortage, it's an urgency. Forget the infant formula shortage. This is an emergency. I got 3 girls in the house. Soon they're going to be in sync. Please, Joe Biden, do something real right away. In fact, as soon as you get an answer, my address is 1355 Winding Way. It's in Aurora, Illinois, 60504. That's my zip code. When you first get the first supply of tampons, come to my house. That's my details. I'm just saying. Yes. I'm a socially responsible comedian. When it's convenient. You remember years ago when Nike got in trouble for hiring underage kids to make the products? Yeah. And everybody was saying, Nike, do the right thing. We're going to boycott your products until you do the right thing. Stop hiring kids. And I got on that bandwagon too many years ago. And I was saying, come on, Nike, screw you. I'm not going to buy any of your products and do the right thing. Screw you, Nike. I'm boycotting. And then I saw those Nike Air Jordan on sale at 60% off the day after Christmas. It's like, oh, I was conflicted because I really wanted those Jordans. But now I have these convictions now, right? So I'm struggling. I'm trying to rationalize my purchase. So I'm telling myself, okay, if I don't buy these shoes, that kid in that sweatshop is going to lose his job, can't support his family, gets kicked down the street, ends up in a gang, runs to the gang, kills somebody as a part of the gang membership, runs to the gang, ends up being gang leader. More people die. There's a gang turf war. Now his gang wins, becomes a mob, becomes a mob boss. Hundreds of people die now since he's a mob boss, running drugs, prostitution. More people die. He takes over the city, running cocaine, running smack, running a drug cartel. That becomes a drug cartel. Getting his blood to the politicians. They become like a Pablo Escobar of the East. You need what happens when you have a drug cartel? Thousands of people die. So if I don't buy these Nike Air Jordans and keep this kid in a sweatshop, thousands of people are going to die. You buy these 7 pairs of shoes. Listen, I'm just trying to save lives, folks. I'm just trying to save lives. Okay, that's my logic at the time. Didn't say it was correct, but that's my logic. But then Nike ended up doing the right thing and stopped using kids to make the products. And the following year, I bought a new pair of Nike Air Jordans, and I noticed that the stitching started coming off the side. The tongue started getting loose, and I'm trying to play basketball, but I didn't have the same spring in my shoes anymore. It just felt different. I'm going to sound like a dick for saying this. The kids made better shoes. I don't know. Maybe they had smaller hands or they had tighter stitching. I don't know. Maybe it's easier to motivate kids to do a good job with, hey, we'll give you candy or vaccines. I don't know. It's just maybe the tears was the element that made the springiness inside the shoe. I'm just saying. If the factory has air conditioning, it's no longer a sweatshop. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me end on this. My daughter is attending day camp, and she was complaining about a bully, like this young girl with pigtails and freckles was picking on her, bullying her, and she felt bad. She felt upset, and I really want to make her feel better. So I took her to the American Girl store. If you're not familiar with the store, it's a doll store, like a very high-end doll store. Think of like coffee. Barbie's like for coffee, like a gas station coffee. And this store is like for Kate Middleton, or like the Starbucks of a frappuccino of dolls, like really excess, right? And it's like the Mecca doll store, the doll Mecca. So if you're afraid of dolls, it'll freak you out. If you're a doll fanatic, then you'd probably have an orgasm. One way or the other, it's extreme, right? So she gets this doll. She can choose her own, any doll, but she ends up buying a doll that looks exactly like her bully. Brings it home and sticks pins all over this doll. I'm like, that's got to be the most bougie voodoo doll I've ever seen. When people ask, I just tell that, listen, she's a future acupuncturist, man. And ironically, she went back the next day. The kid felt better. She said her back pain was gone. Apparently, she's just a bully because she's just upset because of pain.
See?
Folks, that's my time. My name's
All right. Come on. Keep it going for DeeCee. DeeCee. How about it for all the other comedians you saw today? Rich Parisi, Phil Sweet, somebody else. Oh, Ced Boogie.
Yeah.
DeSantis, Ameera Abu-Alsaoud. And somebody I missed. And DeeCee. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm going to get a drum roll here. If you want to be on the next, not the next one, because 2 weeks from now we have a showcase that's already booked, but the August showcase, please, right this minute, put your name in the chat. Go to the chat and type your name. Type your name into the chat. And I will be sending the list of names to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Well, they will be randomly selected by astronauts. And 4 of you will be on the next show in August. That's right, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. And it's going to be hand-delivered by Elon Musk. The list is going directly to Elon Musk. Now he's got another pair of twins. He's got a deal.
Yeah.
He's going to be going so put your name into the chat. Some of you may not be able to be putting your name into the chat. Okay, because you're on a phone or you can't figure out chat because it's very hard. Right? You need the Jet Propulsion Laboratory to help you. Okay. All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, this show has been terrific. Everybody was very professional. Let's give them a round of applause. You're not going to get this kind of quality comedy on Zoom. You're really not. Come on. Let's be honest. It's pretty damn good. All these people are very good. And I got to take a little credit.
I gotta take a lot of credit.
Most of them come to the joke. They come to the joke Zoom. They come to the joke Zoom. So if you want to be funny, come to the joke Zoom. Jokezoom.com. All right, folks, that's our show. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you next time. All right. Yeah.
Bye-bye.